Alright guys, so been having a little bit of difficulty with my action cam, so I just reverted to my phone. And as you saw there, we are two traveling tailors, and we've traveled a little ways today from our campsite, and we are at the Bentonville Historic Site in near Four Oaks, North Carolina, and it is a historic Civil War battlefield. And we're kind of doing a little walking tour right now, and I know Brian's been doing some reading up on this, so if you want to give us a little history about the site.
Well, this is the historic Hastings House, which was the headquarters for Confederate General Joseph Johnston during the Battle of Bentonville.
So, and that will be this house right here. We're going to walk over to it. So, we walked a little bit closer to the house, and here we have a statue, a memorial, and it says here that this is General Joseph Eggleston Johnston. He was a Confederate soldier who fought at Bentonville Battlefield in North Carolina during March of 1865. And I'm not sure if we have walking access to the house, but we're going to take a look and kind of go this way. And for those of you who don't know, Brian is like this is my history buff right here. So, can tell you a lot of things about American history and world history and those kinds of things. And anytime we're near a historical site, be it a farm or prison or war battlefield, we're sure to check it out. And we've been pretty close to this area now for a few months, but we are getting ready to move on in our travels here in a couple of weeks. And we'll be leaving the beautiful state of North Carolina and headed for South Georgia. So this is according to the sign here, the Levi P. Creech House. And obviously there's no access to the dwelling itself. And see, one of the things that I've always liked is to see these homes and historic structures that have been moved in their entirety. And I don't know if you can see that or not back there. It says this house was built sometime between 1850 and 1860. And here it tells us that it was moved from Smithfield, an entire distance of 22 miles here to Bentonville in August of, does that say 2014? So that tells you how well built the American craftsmanship was back during that time, that you could actually move an entire structure like this. And when you count the attic, this is about 3 stories, and it's a pretty good sized house. And there's your back area. I'm going to assume that back there is like the kitchen area, because those were usually either outside of homes or on the back of homes. There's another monument here. That is just a memorial. And it is a beautiful bronze sculpture of a horse, beautiful equine structure. So we're on the next stop of the driving tour, and there's a walking trail and a driving trail. I don't know if any of you, probably some of y'all are on my Facebook. I really hurt my my right foot, my toe the other day, so we're not doing a whole bunch of walking, but we did decide to do the driving trail. And so one thing that always I like going to museums and things like that is like munitions and things like that, and like the evolution of our artillery and firearms and things like that. So The next stop on this driving tour at the Bentonville Battlefield features one of the Civil War cannons. Let's go over here and see what it says about this. So here it's telling us that the cannon in front of you is actually a reproduction, a 3-inch ordnance rifle. Says one of the most commonly used cannons in the Battle of Bentonville, known officially as the U.S. 3-inch wrought iron field rifle, model 1861. And it actually, I don't know if you can see this or not. My shadow is covering it. This is one of the artillery shells that would have been fired out of this type of cannon. And go ahead, and I'm actually walking over to the plaque that's on this particular stop of the site. But one more time, Amy Richards, fantastic job on our decals. If you're watching this and haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that. Our goal is to get 200 subscribers, not a whole bunch, right now by the end of February, and we'll be doing a giveaway once we reach 200 subscribers. So if you're watching and haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that. So it says, across the field behind this marker, the Confederate right wing made 5 attacks on Union positions to the left, March 19th, 1865. They were thrown back by the XX Federal Corps. So, and then I was reading about this before we came over here. I was reading last night that they do some Civil War reenactments of these battles out here. We just haven't managed to hit a time where they're out here doing it. But if you're ever in this area and want to check it out, so this is just something that Brian and I like to do, and may not be how you would have chosen to spend your Valentine's Day, but it's what we're doing, is checking out some history and sharing with you some of the things that we're doing on our travels. All right, so our next stop has brought us to on the Bentonville Battlefield driving tour, has brought us to the field of the Battle of Acorn Run. Again, some more artillery and munitions out here. And it's just, this is actually spreads out a lot further than I thought. We actually toured Fort Fisher back during the summer, and that was a pretty good walking tour. Any of these historical sites that you ever get a chance to visit are just full of information about our country's history and how we came to be. And even sometimes the battles within that brought us together as a nation. It's very well preserved land. Not a whole bunch of houses out here, few. And the ones that are look like they do a little bit of farming and maybe homesteading and stuff. So I'm going to pause again right here because there's a Civil War cemetery back here, I believe, and we'll get some footage when we get back there. So like I was saying, this features a driving trail and it has some walking trails. And 2 traveling tailors took a trip to the emergency room the other night, and I'm not walking so great, so we decided to drive it. But it does tell you here that you got the Acorn Run trailhead, which is about 2.7 mile loop, and then another short loop, which is about 1.5 miles. So if this is your kind of thing, it looks like it would just be a beautiful nature walk, and it's actually a very, very nice day for it. So we are now at the site of the Cole Farmhouse, which over here behind me is where the location of it was, and part of the battle of the Bullpen or Goldsboro Road was actually fought right here. And if you look right over here, again, we're at a trailhead, the Bullpen. So then there's the Mountains to Sea Trail, the Coal Plantation Long Loop, again, 2.5 miles just over that. Then the Bullpen Loop Junction is a little over 3 miles. And again, we had actually, when we came out here, we had planned to walk it, but can't right now due to an injury. So we're driving it and sharing it with you as we go. Alright, so this may end up being the second part because it looks like my video timed out on me. And again, we are doing the riding tour of the Bentonville battlefield in Fort Upton, North Carolina today. And so it's beautiful country out here. It looks like it's all been very well preserved land. By the time the two traveling tailors have made our journey across America, this right here is going to be one very well-traveled duck pond that you see there in the front. You can feel how you want to about Jeep ducks, but every single one of them means something to us. They were given to us by some great people out of our J&J group at Wyndham Beach GM. And so, again, this is just the kind of stuff that we enjoy to do. And we're out riding in the country right now. There's Mr. Taylor concentrating on driving, Mr. Traveling Taylor, and getting us to the next spot on the tour. According to what I know about this was just a battle of over just several days that just covered very few, like, square miles in this area here. It was a very brutal battle. What we've read today, there were a lot of children in this battle, teenagers that chose to go and fight for either the Union or the Confederacy, depending on, you know, which army they belonged to. And this was one of those sites that we're actually hoping before we leave here, maybe we'll catch one of the reenactments of the battles out here. And if we do, we'll bring that to you on our YouTube channel. We are pulling up to the next site. Here. Excuse me.
Alright, we're gonna walk down there because there's trenches.
Trenches, he says. We're gonna go look at some trenches. So let's see which site we're at now.
This is Sherman's headquarters.
Okay, so this is one of the Sherman's headquarters, 3rd Division. If you can read Roman numerals, I welcome you to interpret that. I cannot. And this was March 20th of 1865. So there's a lot of dead fallen stuff in these ditches and trenches. Just want to make a note here of the trench position, March 20th of 1865, 4:30 p.m. They have these markers all through here. And as far as for like a little walking trail to get out on it, it's not too bad. And I haven't been doing a lot of recording while I'm walking because I am hobbling and I don't want the video to be too shaky. So Brian went down and looked at some of the other trenches, but it is absolutely beautiful back here for walking and just learning a little bit about our history here in the beautiful state of North Carolina today. Say hi.
Hi.
So you can see Brian walked on ahead of me a few minutes ago, and as he walked back up and said hi, I stopped the video, but he was saying that these trenches here, from what he read on one of the placards a little further down the trail, is where the Union Army had dug in around Sherman's headquarters. This is not a natural ravine site right here. This is where the Union troops were dug in against the Confederate troops over on the other battlefield. Hey guys, good evening. Valentine's night. You can see here we are back at the campsite. If you made it this far through the video, thank you so much, because it really does mean a lot to us that you support us and want to follow us in our travels. We're not professional, still learning how to do this thing with the editing and putting videos together and things like that, but we appreciate you being here. And as I mentioned earlier in the video when we were out on the historic battlefield, we are going to do a giveaway as we reach milestones. So what we're looking for is 200 subscribers by the end of February. So that's 2 weeks from today, February 28th. And when we get there, we're going to do a little giveaway for the people that are supporting us so far. We're going to do a random drawing of our first 200 subscribers to win a camp table. And it's one that we like to use. It's foldable. It goes in its own little case. It's got cup holders. It's good for playing cards. It's good for eating off of. I mean, you can fold it up, stow it away in the back of your car, and just have it for whenever you want it. So that's the one thing that we're going to give away. And plus, you'll get a t-shirt as being the winner. And we'll draw randomly, like I said, from our subscribers. So be sure that you hit that subscribe button, support us, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Check into the Bentonville battlefield. If you ever are in this area of North Carolina, check it out. There's a lot of stuff there to see. And just hope that you enjoy spending this time with us like we enjoy spending this time with you. Thanks for watching the video. Thanks for your support. And tomorrow, Sunday, February 15th, we're going on a trail ride with our friends from Just More Jeeps, and we're going to do some filming there, and we'll probably have that video out to you guys on Monday or Tuesday. So in the meantime, just continue to support and promote the channel. Share, comments are always welcome. Things that you want to see us doing. We're getting ready to head to Georgia here in a couple of weeks, and we're looking forward for you guys to take that ride along with us as well. So until that time, y'all, as the two traveling tailors will always say, we gone.